Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be telling you all about how I cleared my skin. It has been a struggle the last year. It's been so crazy. First off, like I said, I never had problematic skin, so it's not like I changed my diet or my sleep schedule or my stress was a little bit up and that's why I was breaking out. This was consistent congestive acne for an entire year straight, basically, and literally nothing that I was doing, like all the products that I was using for acne, would not take it away. It would not work. It was not fungal, it was not bacterial, it was not hormonal. So this form of acne, what I believed and what I've heard from my esthetician, we believe it was called congestive acne. So basically what that means is I had two active breakouts right here and here, and I remember that specifically because it looked like those piercings and they were very symmetrical and it was very weird. And it was literally Valentine's Day. It was February of last year and I was like, I need to cover this up because I'm going on a date. So they were both active acne and they were open because I had freshly popped them, which I know is like the worst thing you can do, but I literally went to cover them with like foundation and concealer and nothing would work. So I caked on probably at least 10 layers of different concealers and foundations, and sadly that night after I did not wash my face and rinse it off, and basically from that moment on I really broke out a lot in this area right here, and it actually gravitated up to here, and it was basically like this radius. It never gravitated to my jawline. It was like literally just in this area. Not only would I have active breakouts, like literally probably at least 3 or 4 at a time for a whole year straight, no matter what I would do, like they were so stubborn. Like they would stay there for probably like 3 to 4 weeks. Not only did I have that, but I also had at least 15 to 20 like textured bumps around this area as well that were like underneath the skin, and they would never come to the skin and purge themselves. They would just stay there, and again, nothing I would do would take them away. So just imagine like having a super like bumpy, like skin colored textured bumps like all there in that area. Like that is so annoying, and I truly just did not know what to do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break this video down. The first part of this video is going to be just general tips on what I found works for me and what cleared my acne, and then I'm going to be going into the products that I actually used and what I found works the best. Yes, if that is interesting to you, definitely keep on watching. Tip number 1 that I have for you guys is try to pay attention to what you do throughout the day, because what I found myself doing when I was paying attention to it, I would rest my chin like around that area. When I was on my phone, I would rest my hand up against it. Number 1, you're not letting airflow get to it, but number 2, your palms do tend to get sweaty. So when you're sitting like this for a good 20 to 30 minutes, you know, you're trapping all that sweat in there, that bacteria. That is just not good. You need your skin to breathe, and especially if it's acne prone. Another thing that I realized that I did was when I sleep, I tend to sleep like this, like on my hand, and again, that is just not good for your skin. Try to be aware of sometimes it's the little things that you do, and along with that whole thing, I would also say definitely wash your pillowcases too. That's kind of just basic, but it really does make a difference. Tip number 2 would be definitely try to switch to a silicone facial brush versus an actual like spin brush. Spin brushes tend to hold a lot more bacteria and it is a lot harder to clean. These silicone guys, I believe some of them you can even buy where they're antibacterial just as it is, but they're so easy to clean and dirt and makeup does not get trapped in here. Literally just rinse it under hot water for like 30 seconds and it's sanitized and ready to go. And also you are going to get some like gentle exfoliation benefits from this. I actually got a 2-pack at my local Marshalls for like $3.99, so they're really affordable too versus like spending like 50 bucks on a spin brush. Tip number 3 is kind of just another given. I would say definitely increase your water intake because that's gonna make your skin just more hydrated and plump, and it's just so good for your body. But also try to be aware of, you know, your diet and stuff. For me, it really was never an issue, but if you're just a little bit extra sensitive or acne prone, I would definitely try to be aware of what you put into your body. What you put into your body really does reflect on the outside. I know dairy is a huge one that does affect a lot of people's skin, so maybe try to go dairy free for a little bit, just trial and error, see what works for you. Tip number 4 is simpler really is better sometimes. Sometimes less is more. So when I was breaking out, naturally, since I had no knowledge of that, since I never had to deal with it before, what I found myself doing was I was going on TikTok, YouTube, and looking at all these crazy regimens. I was even up to like a 15-step skincare routine at one point, and your skin really, I feel like, naturally does know what to do. If it's not like a hormonal thing, that's different. If you're just dealing with like kind of breakouts from pollution and like makeup and stuff, you know, naturally I feel like your skin does know how to handle that. So really do try to stick to like simpler, gentler ingredients. It really all does depend on your skin type and acne type though. Like if it's fungal or bacterial, you are going to need like benzoyl peroxide and stuff like that. But you know, if you're just dealing with like self-inflicted acne, which was what mine was, you know, like I put makeup in an open wound and now I have congestive acne, definitely just try to stick to just basic products really. Tip number 5, which I feel like is incredibly vital, is don't do what I did and don't cover up your acne. I know that can be super hard, especially if you are in public a lot, like say you work a public job like retail or a waitress, or maybe you're in school or college. Some people do get self-conscious about it and some people do want to cover it up, which is exactly what I did. And you know, I really feel like that does make it worse, especially if you pop it and then put makeup over top of it. Literally that is an open wound that you are putting makeup into, and it really is going to get trapped underneath the skin and it could potentially even spread, which is what happened to me. So not only is the products that you're putting on top of your skin really going to hinder your natural body's healing process, but also I feel like your body, like your face and skin, needs to breathe and it needs air to heal. So yeah, definitely consider not wearing as much makeup and try to avoid it altogether if you can. Tip number 6 is if you do wear makeup, definitely I would avoid makeup wipes and the harsh rubbing, and I would just buy one of those. They're like little like cloud cotton rounds, and they're like makeup removers. All you do is add water to them and it gently removes your makeup without those harsh chemicals, and no harsh rubbing either. And also I feel like they're way more effective than makeup wipes. Like it's literally just one swipe and it's all gone effortlessly. I'll link one down below. I know e.l.f. makes a really affordable one. Tip number 7 is probably the most important step. I don't know why I didn't say this for step number 1. I highly recommend, and I feel like it is so vital, to go to a facialist or an esthetician at least once, or even a dermatologist. But dermatologists can be a little bit more pricey, and I highly doubt you're going to get an hour session one-on-one with a dermatologist. So I feel like an esthetician is kind of like a cheap alternative, and not only are you getting that knowledge one-on-one with an esthetician for a full hour, but your skin's also reaping the benefits at the same time because you're getting a facial. I know that my esthetician was incredibly knowledgeable, and she told me what my skin type is, what products will work and what products won't work, and she gave me so many tips that I can use to this day. Like it's my knowledge now. I feel like when you go to a facialist, again, not only are you getting the benefits of a facial, but you can take away the information that they gave you and apply it to your routine. So that was all the tips that I had for you guys. Now I'm going to be getting into my final routine, something that I found worked over the last year. So this took me a whole year to perfect, and I am sharing it with you guys now, and hopefully this works for you. Step number 1 of my skincare routine is I do this every single day, and that is I go in with the Cetaphil Gentle Foaming Cleanser, and I also do use this little silicone brush, and I do work this into my skin for about 45 to 60 seconds. That's what my esthetician said. I think a common thing that people don't do is use the product enough. When you are washing your face and exfoliating your face, make sure you're doing it for at least, I feel like, 30 seconds, because if you're just doing it super quickly, like your skin isn't even gonna reap the benefits of the chemicals. And when I say chemicals, I really don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean ingredients. This one I feel like is just perfect for all like basic skin types. Like again, if you have acne all over your face and you're really acne prone and you have oily skin, I would recommend using an acne cleanser. But again, that wasn't the case for me. Like my skin is pretty normal, it just had that acne in that area. My esthetician actually recommended don't use an acne cleanser, acne moisturizer, nothing like that, because that's actually going to dry out the rest of your skin, because again, like my whole face didn't have acne on it. I highly recommend this one if you guys are just looking for a daily basic gentle cleanser. The next part in my skincare routine, step 2 for me, would be this daily Superfoliant from Dermalogica. I actually use this every 2 days. Not every other day, but like every 3 days, I guess you could say. Definitely don't think you have to go this high end. Literally for this little bottle, it's like, I think $48, which is insane. Like, I'm definitely not going to rebuy this. I think any exfoliator will do. And honestly, I really recommend going with a fruit enzyme type of exfoliation. There's different types of exfoliations, and I feel like chemical is too harsh for my skin, and the actual like abrasion, so like beads that are in exfoliations, that can cause micro tears, which can ruin your moisture barrier. So definitely, I feel like going with an enzyme is the happy medium for me. The next exfoliator that I'm gonna buy after this one runs out is probably going to be the Cetaphil Everyday Gentle Daily Exfoliator. The only good thing about this is that it's a powder consistency, so I can picture this lasting me for probably well over a year, because a little of this goes a long way. Yeah, this is gonna last me for a long time. So, I mean, maybe it is worth the money in the end. Step number 3 of my skincare routine, so after I like wash my face and stuff, this is the holy grail, you guys. This is what I believe really cured my acne the most. Like, if I had to pick a product to only use like forever, it would be this product, and I swear to you, if you haven't tried this, like, please try this. Like, this might cure your acne like it did for me. And it's so affordable too. After I wash my face, I go in with these Alba Acne Dote pads. They're anti-pimple pads. They have 2% salicylic acid medication with thyme and witch hazel. I just noticed the biggest difference when I switched over to these. I use this in the morning and night, and I actually replaced my toner with this. I'm definitely not going to be using these forever. I am going to switch back to toner eventually. My holy grail toner is the Pixi Glow Tonic toner, but I realized when I had that acne, it was really causing more irritation to put that on top of it, because it is an exfoliating toner, so I feel like I was over exfoliating. I laid off the toner and I just go in with these, and I only apply this to the acne area. I don't do this all over my skin. It comes with 60 pads, so this is basically a month's supply, and I got this at Marshall's for $5.99, so it's super affordable, and I think this is a really good brand. For this next product, I actually started this about a week ago, and I already see results. I also got this at Marshall's, but it is a really good, reputable brand, and that is the Formula 10.0.6 On Your Mark Blemish Mark Fader. Not only is this going to help kind of cool down like maybe acne that's on its last phase, so I don't think this is like an acne spot treatment. I think this is more for just like after it closed and healed up, you're gonna wanna put this on it, and not only is it gonna treat that and help really just heal it up, but it's also going to brighten up the acne scar or dark spot. Like, as you guys can see, I do still have a little bit of marks. Like I said, it was a lot worse before I started using this. Like, here's one, here's a few, here and here. It's so funny how it's like symmetrical, it's weird. I really think this helped a lot with brightening the acne scars. When I was dealing with my open acne and blemishes, honestly, I really can't tell you like a product that worked other than those pimple pads. Really, I used so many spot treatments. I did at one point try an acne cleanser just on this area. Did not work. Literally did not work. The only thing that cleared my open acne was those anti-pimple pads. For the textured bumps, like the underneath skin, my esthetician said that they just have to come to the surface and purge themselves, and the only way to really get them to do that is just keep exfoliating. If you're dealing with the textured bumps under the skin, try to step up your exfoliation. I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, only exfoliate like once a week, or if you're doing it more than that, you're over exfoliating. That is true to a certain extent. I mean, you can ruin your moisture barrier if you over exfoliate, but if you don't exfoliate enough and you have that layer of dead skin on top of there, you're also not letting the product that you're putting on your face penetrate deep into your skin. So again, it's like such a fine line. It's such a balance that you just have to trial and error and find for your skin. Finally, the last step in my everyday skincare routine is, if it's the daytime, I go in with this e.l.f. Holy Hydration Facial Cream. And I did opt for the fragrance-free one. And if it's nighttime, I go in with the e.l.f. Nourishing Night Cream, which is basically this but in night version. These I'm just gonna stick to for life because, I mean, they're just so simple, they get the job done, and that's the end of it. For face masks, I'm gonna be honest, I love using facial masks, but I'm gonna be honest, when I was dealing with the bad acne, like active acne flare-ups, they would not work. They would truly irritate my skin, and I feel like they would almost make it worse. I was using salicylic acid treatments. I used I believe it's the AHA one from Ordinary, the one that everyone raves about. Literally, absolutely nothing worked. I tried so many different ones. And when I stopped using face masks, again, that is when I really saw my skin transform. What the? But that was it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed and took away some information. Hopefully this helped you. Comment down below your skin struggles and help each other out in the comments. But with all that being said, hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!